You made what's called an ideal customer profile for the viewer that you wanted. So tell us, who was this person that you wanted to reach?
I was like, oh, it's me. I just redid the intro, so the first 20 seconds of it. The video intro is now much more, hey lady, like I think will like this video. And anyway, that video took off and now it's at like 1.5 million and I just changed the first 20 seconds. I made this video and the intro was all like, my dad, like, cardiovascular endurance is really important, and I'm making this because my dad had a major heart attack, and we should all do cardio more, type of thing.
So here's the first intro.
I'm doing cardio every day for 30 days because 4 months ago, my very healthy dad survived a major heart attack, and I'm going to find ways for you and me to enjoy cardio because it is so, so important when it comes to preventing and recovering from heart disease.
Spoiler alert, that video didn't do very well, and so I then actually sent out a survey to a bunch of people in my ideal customer profile that I made up and asked them all. I know, I'm getting so far ahead of myself.
You had ICP for your viewers.
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
You're such a tech person. You're a strategist.
Yeah, I was a project manager in the tech industry before YouTube. Yeah.
Of course you're a PM. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so you made just like, can you just explain the way you were thinking about this? Because what you said, there's so much underneath all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You made what's called an ideal customer profile
Mhm.
for the viewer that you wanted.
Mhm.
Who is the person that I want to reach
Yes.
with my YouTube videos?
Yeah.
What am I giving them? What is the value to them?
Mhm.
And then you thought about, okay, how can I make that true?
Yes.
Okay, so
Exactly.
so tell us, who was this person that you wanted to reach?
When I took a step back after looking at my ICP, I was like, oh, it's me. Like, it literally, like, even the pictures I had of the person, it was brown hair, like, I was like, oh my God, this is therapy. Like, it's actually just, it's the therapy thing. But yeah, it was like women ages like 25 to 31, this specific education, potentially like North America, pain points, struggles, what brands they like, and I just did all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, ultimately it was just me. I want to make videos for me.
Which is a great person to make video. Like, people say, write about what you know,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, if you're being true to who you are,
Yeah.
maybe there's a little beacon out there that resonates with other people like you.
Yeah, totally.
And then it can be really honest.
And I say it's like therapy because ultimately it was like a lot of my videos were therapy for myself to get through a really traumatizing time with my dad's heart attack and the layoff. But it helps when I'm making the video not to think like, oh, I'm therapizing myself. It's like, no, this video is helpful to, oh, what did I name her? My ideal customer profile had a name, but it's like,
Of course she had a name.
yeah,
They always
yeah.
have a name.
But I'm like, it's helpful to Tina or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
and it makes it feel less like, I don't know, maybe I need to be diagnosed with something, but yeah.
For some YouTubers, they just impulsively make something and it comes out and it's amazing and it reaches millions of people. And that works. There's a whole spectrum in between, but on the other end of the spectrum, you have people who are like incredibly strategic and thoughtful, and they learn about the algorithm and they watch videos and they understand storytelling and they build an ICP. To me, it seems like maybe you're more on that side
Yeah.
of the spectrum. Can you tell us what other strategy or setups you had going into this process of like, hey, I want to be a YouTuber? What were you planning for? How were you thinking about constructing a channel and how you wanted to reach people?
Oh geez, what was I thinking about? Like, I had a mission statement. And,
You did?
Yeah, and it's on the channel description. It's the purpose of this channel is for you to leave thinking and feeling better. The videos encourage people to either stick around and watch another one, great, because they feel so good, or like slam their laptop shut and go out and live their life. That was like how I wanted people to feel watching my videos. And then within my ICP, I sent out like a survey to people that kind of were in that category, and I found out their typical video length that they liked, their pain points, and that was really helpful for generating ideas for future videos. So screen time and all that kind of stuff.
How did you do a survey?
Friends or like anyone who I've met in university, friends of friends who were kind of like, 20, like cousins and everything, like 20 to 35. I just sent it to a bunch of women, and yeah, they were really lovely to respond.
How many women?
Maybe like 35.
And what sorts of questions were you asking? A typical video length that you watch, and what other things?
What do you like? What do you not like?
And then can you tell me about how you went from that research to making a video? So like, what were some of the first videos you made after that started to resonate?
So that, to make a very long story slightly shorter, that cardio video that initially got no views, I just redid the intro. So the first 20, maybe 25 seconds of it.
Let's watch the new one.
The minimum recommended amount of cardio is 2.5 hours per week. Do you meet that minimum requirement? Because I don't. And that's because all of my days are spent at a desk or on a couch. So here I am, arguably a bit too close, but that's not the point. I'm vowing to do cardio every day for the next 30 days to see if it will boost my mood and increase my stamina.
So different.
Yeah. It's like pain point, pain point. What do you want in life? Yeah. The video intro is now much more, hey lady, like I think we'll like this video, like, oh, this is how much cardio you should do, and look at these people that you like that are doing it too. And anyway, that video took off, and now it's at like 1.4 million or 1.5 million, and I just changed the first 20 seconds. This whole video is filmed on my iPhone. Sorry, you can send me back to Canada for that.
6 months from like nothing to crushing it is insanely fast.
So I follow like the Dan Harmon story circle.
Wait, I have not how have I not seen this?